Hello. So we're coming now to our standing pose. So the standing pose that we're going to do today, sorry, is extended side angle, and that is Utthaya Konasana, if I got that right. Okay. So this is following on obviously from being on your knees yesterday. So you can, if you're used to doing yoga, you can come up from a down dog, or you can just stand up and get ready on your mat. Now this is a really, really strong one. The one that if you have got any shoulder issues, or if you've got any scarring, that's tissue and everything that's really sore, you don't have to extend the arm out. You can put your hand on the waist instead. You'll see what I'm talking about, but just be really aware. Make sure you have done your breast surgery exercises before you do this. And it took me a while to be able to bring my arm from, you'll see what I'm talking about, to bring my arm from here. I'll move back a bit. So in the angle pose, your arm's up here. For me to get from there and to bring it up and over my head to make a straight line, that I've only been able to do in the last few weeks, probably in about a month or so. So obviously I was okay with the other arm, just bringing that from here up there, I was fine. But that movement, when you're in the pose, that movement from to take it out from the side to then up and over your head is quite a strong pose. And what I was having to do was bend it and then re-extend it. So instead of moving it up, I was bringing it back in and then extending it. So see how you feel. And remember, I'm 12 months from my surgery. More than 12 months. I'm 13 months from my surgery, and I finished radiotherapy at the end of August. But I really found the effects the most after radiotherapy in October, November, December. Really, really, really bad. And it was only really January, after I'd had my your year checkup, and he said that there's nothing else there, it's just scar tissue. That's when I realised that I was okay. So just be careful. So you're going to come up into standing. Sorry, I'm so far away. So you're going to come up into standing. You might need to move the mat back a little bit, and you're going to bring your feet so they're about the distance of your own leg apart. Put your hands onto your hip, lengthen through towards the top of your head. I'm sorry for the fact that I've just chopped my head off. So if I'll move back a little bit. There we go. Now I'm not chopping my head off. Brilliant. Now you're going to do the right side first. So turn the right toes so they're pointing towards the end of your mat. The left toes are still pointing forwards. Look at your heel. Your heel on the front foot is drawing a straight line through the middle of the back foot. Now gently start to bend into that front knee as you slide the back heel back just a touch. Don't put all your weight forwards when you're doing this. You need to still root and ground that back leg into the floor. So just put your hand on the back of the thigh. Make sure that that feels really strong here. Now, one of the versions, the full version, is hand goes all the way down onto the floor, or then hand goes on a block. But the one I'm going to do with you today is the one where your elbow is just going to rest. So you don't have to. You might need to be here, and the arm may just extend up a little bit. You're not going to go into this too far. You may need to stay there. Make sure that the knee doesn't go past, so the knee is directly over the heel. That is really, really, really important. And you're grounding the feet into the mat so the weight is evenly distributed. Now you're going to bring the elbow, if it will reach, if not, on the hand, down towards the knee. Don't collapse into the chest. Keep the chest open. So you're engaging the core. You should be able, if you want, to float that arm. So don't put loads of weight into that arm, and keep the chest open. So turn the chest face towards the sides. Now again, hand can straighten up here. So the arm is extended right the way through towards the ceiling. But if you feel as if you can, you're going to drop that left arm over the head. So you create this beautiful line coming right through the side of the body. And the gaze can look up if that feels okay for you. This is a strong pose, no collapsing of the chest. The left shoulder is stacking over the right. I always bring my hand into a mudra. Thumb touches the index finger. That, I'm really feeling that already. And the drishti, although your point of looking can go towards the hand. And slowly you're going to ease carefully back out of that. straighten into that leg. And I always just bend into the knees to ease out the knees. So we're going to come to the other side. Toes point forwards first. Turn the left toes out this time so they are facing towards the end of the mat. And then gently bend into that knee as far as it will comfortably go. I'm adjusting so I can still see the inside of my ankle, and I know that my knee is over my heel. Back leg strong. Again, maybe you just want to stay here. Maybe you're not ready to go any further. Maybe you're higher up here. Decide what's right for you. Heart is still, chest facing towards the side of your mat. If you can take it further, elbow is going to rest. Remember, not much weight here at all. Rolling, opening into the chest, no collapsing. Keep space here. Keep the lifting of the core muscles. Again, begin to extend the arm up towards the ceiling. See how that feels. Only if it feels okay, you're going to drop the arm over the head. So I can only just see myself. You are creating that beautiful long line down the side of the body. But you're pushing the back foot into the floor so the weight is not all on the front knee. Can you float the elbow? Keep the core engaged. I'm sweating now. This is a strong pose. If you can bring the gaze up, perfect. You're going to hold this for as long as the body's going to allow. And then again, gently take a breath, and as you exhale, ease back up. Turn again to face the front, heel toe your feet a little bit closer. And then again, just ease into the knees. Step the feet back and just soften. So, extended side angle. That, you can see I'm now flushed, I am now hot. Radiator's not on, so it's because of the pose I was just doing. So remember, you need, that is a strong one. And if your thigh doesn't come parallel to the floor, that does not matter. Remember, you're taking it as far as your body's going to allow. You might have your hand on the thigh, you might have your other hand on the waist. You do not need to get to the point where your elbow comes down. Eventually, as you strengthen, your hand's going to come all the way down to the floor. But that's going to take a while. So I'm not going to demonstrate that because I want to be able to walk tomorrow. Okay. Anyway, and I kept forgetting to look at the camera. Duh.